Alright, time for some more Cymon fee. That's our fact.
I'll bet this is where they're keeping Mason Bauer since security is so tight. I better be careful to stay in the shadows. Authority. Serenity. Obedience. Peace. Security key. You bet your sweet Bippy I'm picking that up. That's a security badge. Yep, the armoire's locked. I'll need to find a key. Monk robes for the on-the-go monk that favors both stylishness and comfort. Purity. I'll need a security card to get inside the headman. Looks like an armoire key. Like an Ike Hammer candy comic. The Case of the Not-So-Thin Man. I'll put this in my comic book rack collection in my office. Booga booga booga. A bookmark. A simple bookmark. Or is it? These screens are monitoring Mason Bauer's cell. And it's a security station, and it's only monitoring one cell. Wisdom. Rebirth.
Bowers? Mason Bowers. Anybody home?
Bowers?
Yeah, you don't remember anything, do you? I'm gonna have to bring something back to cut you out of here.
No. They told me. I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm scared too. But these people, they're trying to hurt you. I'm here to help you, okay? But to do that, I need your help. Look, have you got anything? Anything at all that I can use? Anything in your pockets?
Just this.
Yeah, those are nice. I need them.
Those are mine.
Relax. Stay here.
Those are mine.
Yeah, I'll be back, and you have a great day.
Those are mine! Those are mine! Dave! 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 Come back here! What did you do? Dave! Those are mine! Dave! You come back here! You come back!
Seeing Bauer so unbalanced and paranoid was not a real confidence builder on what the future had in store for me. I'm dealing with something far beyond my level of expertise, and I need some professional advice from my new best friend, Dr. Kate Donahue.
Glad to see you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, since I haven't paid my first bill.
So your test results came back. Have you ever been in the military or undergone any behavioral therapies?
No military and no therapy. Unless you count bourbon.
Back around 2020, a controversial therapy was developed, initially to help victims of trauma. It was known as a trance inducer. Nanites were used to target specific memories, blocking brain signals, essentially erasing the traumatic memories. The military started to use it to treat post-traumatic stress, but then they and other government agencies discovered more off-label purposes.
And somehow it's ended up in my system.
Whoever injected you coupled it with a verbal cue, a trance key. It's a phrase spoken to trigger a response. To restore your memory, you need an antidote serum known as a trance interrupter, and then the trance key.
So, let's see. All I have to do is find a rare and expensive serum and then speak a phrase that's been completely blocked from my memory.
That's the bad news. But if you get the serum and your key, your recall should be strong as ever.
Let's check your recall, Doc. Can you answer a few questions for me?
Let's just keep this professional, shall we? I believe he runs a diner over by Telegraph Hill.
I thought I had already asked them these questions, but okay.
I don't think you could do much better. And yes, I mean that the way it sounded. I've dealt with many cases of amnesia, but nothing exactly like this. I've checked around, and it's not stocked by any medical facilities. You'll need your trance key to restore your memory, and the only way you'll find it is to get it from the person who injected you with the trance inducer. I have no idea what the trance key might be, of course, but it would likely be a short, fairly unique phrase.
Before I return to Cymon, I'll need a laser blade to cut Bowers free, the trance interrupter serum, and its trance key.
Phone message waiting. Phone message waiting. Phone message waiting. Mr. Murphy, please, tell me you have news about Mason.
He's being held at a place called Cymon, which is some crazed cult where the lunatics are in charge. I'm not going to alert the police because they might dispose of Mason. I think I better handle this myself.
But why would you put yourself in so much danger?
Because someone's taken 7 years of my life from me and I want it back. If there's a way I can discover what happened and somehow restore my memories, I'll take that chance.
Well, I hope you do get that chance. My name is Thompson Alt. I'll get back with you soon. Good luck, Mr. Murphy.
Not again. You're gonna get me fired. Or worse. You think we got something that expensive here? And you know you gotta have a license to carry one, right? Look, I have one of my own. I'll give it to you. But only if you swear that it squares us up. I don't know if this has anything to do with this trans key you're talking about, but after that 48 Pandian flew off, I circled back. I took a quick look around and saw a fresh hypo on the ground along with a few cards. I grabbed them. If you want them, just don't tell the cops I gave them to you. Sorry.
These 4 of clubs cards were found scattered all over the alleyway by Zach after the abduction. I think Bauer's trance interrupter key may be the phrase 4 of clubs. This laser blade can help me free Mason Bowers from Cymon. Well, these baseball cards may open the drawer in Mason Bowers' safe.
Okay, well, I have the chance to speak with other people. I guess so.
You know, Murph,
Archie.
I think we make a great team. What can I do for you? She's dead? And she was living right here for years. How do you always find yourself right in the middle of everything? You have a gift, my friend. That's the most recent photo of Margaret Leonard I could find. Like I said, she's been out of circulation for a while. No.
Yep, just as I thought.
Don't know about that. We were talking about some stuff. Tesla, Romanovs, Fabergé, that sort of thing. He sure seems to know a lot about everything. He'd go on into these weird trances and talk about past life stuff. You know, pretty intriguing until you get to where he starts going on about Atlantis.
Before I return to Cymon, I'll need a laser blade to cut Bowers free, the trance interrupter serum, and his trance key. Man, this is a nightmare. I fly back to the beach house to see if the cards Mason had on him can be used here. When I arrive, there's a familiar face waiting at the door, looking for an update.
You found Mason. Is he okay?
Well, physically, but mentally he's had a taste of his own medicine and it doesn't suit him.
Where is he?
It's a place called Cymon, and I can't tell whether he's being held for his own protection or against his will.
So, what do we do now? If we don't know why he's there, we shouldn't get the police involved, right?
Yeah, these boys play for keeps. I'm afraid if we break in on him, Mason may disappear for good.
You said you don't think he knows who he is. What does that mean?
He's been shot up by something called the trance inducer. And if we don't get Mason's memory back, all 3 of us may be stuck at this dead end.
I'm so grateful you're doing this. I don't know who else I could turn to. I still care for Mason, but we haven't been close in a long time. You seem so tough and self-reliant.
Well, being a PI is a very rough business.
Isn't the rough business always more exciting? Maybe when Mason is back to his normal state and out of danger.
Look, I'm no hero. I'm doing this to get my memory back. But perhaps later we could talk about this.
perhaps is so full of possibilities. Is there a more intriguing or tantalizing word?
Perhaps. But right now I've got to find something to help me get Mason out of Cymon.
I'll leave you to it. Good luck, Tex. I've got to go. But you know how to get a hold of me if there's anything you need.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. These women, why are they interested in you?
Maybe you need to get your optical sensors checked.
Wow, between Ariel, Taylor, and the look Mojo was giving you, I'd say losing 7 years has done wonders for your charisma. Hey, have you considered wiping a few more? Oh, and that was a nice catsuit, by the way. Can we pick up one in my size?
Alright, I don't know what the next important sequence or cutscene will be, so I'm gonna just save here, I guess. Alright.
This must be the trance interrupter medication. And there's only one dose.
Yep.
This is trance interrupter serum, the only thing that can bring back memories. And there's only dosage for one person. If I use it on Mason, maybe you can tell me where more serum is.
Mason, how are you today? How's everything going here at the camp? 4 clubs. 4 clubs. 4 clubs, Mason. Come on, wake up. Come on, don't be deaf, dumb, and stupid. Please, Mason, wake up. That's it. Come on.
Tex, where are we?
Good, you know me. Now start talking while I cut you free.
Is that the trans interrupter? What have you done?
Brought you back from Zombieland. These guys wiped your memory.
No, they didn't. I did!
What? Why the hell would you do that?
Oh, God. Now they can find out everything I know. How could you do this?
Oh, well, maybe because I want my memory back. Your friend said you're the only one who could help.
My friend?
Yeah, the one who came for the cryo chamber.
So he has it. The cryo chamber's safe?
Yes, he has it. So where do we get more serum? There was only 1 dose in your safe. And what the hell's my trance key?
Margaret injected you. She's the only one who could have helped you.
Yeah, and she's dead. And I'm pretty sure her head was the main ingredient in that soup can of yours. Why'd you cut off her head?
I didn't. It was Maldonado. I don't think I could have done it.
Yeah, well, don't mince words, because it was your idea.
Margaret double-crossed us. She came up with her own plan, but I think we stopped her before she could give it to the translator.
Well, you don't come across as totally insane.
She knew things, but she'd given up hope. However, some of us still believe. It wasn't fair of her to take those things to the grave. And I have the technology to tap what's inside her memories, even after death.
Well, I stand corrected. You are insane.
You were in on it with us. We were all looking for the Tesla egg. But you're the one who found it in the wall of your apartment. I was still working from the inside, letting you all know what the translator was doing. By then, Margaret had stolen the egg and disappeared. I was afraid she switched sides, so I hired Maldonado to do surveillance on the Ritz, hoping she'd show up.
Yeah, and she did. She and that big mutant came by and injected me.
I caught up to her at the door of her apartment. All I wanted to do was talk, but she clutched her chest and collapsed. Dead before she hit the floor. Decapitation was the last resort.
So when does the abduction come in?
I called Maldonado just when the translator's henchmen arrived. Maldonado brought the cryo chamber while I created a diversion. While they were chasing me, he did the deed. Then I used the transinducer on myself. We'll rendezvous with my friend. We gotta find that egg before the translator does.
All right, but let's swing by and get your wife, too, because she's been worried sick about you.
My wife? I don't have a wife.
Very good, Tex. You continually impress.
The cryo chamber. It holds your answers. Don't let him find it.
Welcome back, Tex. You certainly have a gift for making things interesting.
Yeah, it's a gift that just keeps on giving.
I assume you have no idea who we are.
Well, let me just save some time here. I have no memory of you or anything else since this bastard here shot me and my girlfriend 7 years ago.
Yes. Margaret made sure of that, didn't she? Willing to die just to keep you out of the equation, undermining me at every turn, right up until the end.
I need to know one thing. Did you kill Chelsea?
You could say that.
Don't move.
It's a long story, Tex. Maybe some other time.
Just tell me what happened to Chelsea.
Dalton, would you please answer Tex's question?
My pleasure. We'd stolen your speeder, of course. After I sedated you and Chelsea, you were taken to a place where we could search your memories for leads to Margaret Leonard's whereabouts. When that failed, I staged Chelsea's death, attempting to draw Leonard out of hiding. We left identifiable DNA inside your burned-out speeder.
Which, incidentally, was uninsured.
Leonard didn't fall for it, unfortunately. Eventually, we let Chelsea go, and I never saw her again.
This was all before I returned. I've never seen Chelsea.
I haven't seen her either. As far as you know.
So what was Chelsea's connection with Margaret Leonard?
It doesn't matter now. Margaret's dead. Just like the man I used to be.
And you are?
I am the translator.
Is translating your profession or a hobby?
It is my mission and my destiny.
Well, I guess that makes 1,000,002 questions that I have. Everything would be a lot easier if you just unlocked my memory.
I would if I could, Tex, believe me. Unfortunately, Margaret took your trance key to her grave.
What? I'm supposed to believe that I'm on your guys' side for whatever's going on here?
That's right. We're all in this together.
We united in a common goal. It was a goal Margaret and I used to share many years ago. But she lost hope after I died.
You're Johansson? Margaret Leonard's husband? The FBI agent who stole the Tesla cash?
I am. And I did. But when I learned what we'd taken from Tesla and buried in our vaults, what amazing technologies he had to offer the world, it became my dream to complete his work. But then I was diagnosed with terminal cancer. I had little time left, so we decided that I should be preserved in a cryogenic state in hopes that a cure could be found someday.
But now you're here, alive again. So who's the one who brought you back?
Margaret refused. She said it wasn't safe yet. I tried to pressure her, and she disappeared.
In the end, it was Mason who completed the reanimation.
So what's it like?
Indescribable. I saw eternity. And I returned with a renewed sense of purpose. I finally saw the true vision of Tesla's work.
So if Mason brought you back, why did he turn against you?
Margaret can be very persuasive. I think she convinced Mason that my work was too risky. But she couldn't convince you, Tex.
I'm a little lost here. Why do you need me?
Margaret held one last piece of the puzzle. The Tesla egg. It is the nucleus of the atom. Without it, the spirit radio has little effect. But with it, the veil between living and dead will vanish, and we will all exist within the immortal coil. We have work to do. You're free to go, Tex.
These guys must be playing some kind of mind trick on me. This has got to be a setup of some kind.
Tex, buddy, I'm afraid I haven't been totally straight with you. But over the last 7 years, you have become a lying, womanizing, duplicitous, two-timing cutthroat who plays both sides against the middle for money, and is partners with the gentleman who just left the room. I thought you could just walk away from the person you'd become, but I see that fate may have something else in mind.
After I returned from Cymon, I called Alt to tell him Mason Bowers had taken a 40-foot leap. The guy was so broken up, he hung up the phone. I'm not sure if Bowers' death ended Alt's interest in this whole sorry mess, but my gut tells me I'll need his help if I'm ever going to solve this case. I decided to visit St. Germain to find more information about the Tesla egg.
So, how goes the investigation? I don't suppose you have any news regarding that egg we talked about?
Well, everybody's talking about the Tesla egg, but I think I've got a lead on it.
Ah, the egg of Columbus, the copper egg. Unveiled by Tesla at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893, it was the very heart of a small prototype that, some say, would become his most notorious invention.
But you seem underwhelmed, and that's not good.
You know the story of Tunguska?
Well, I do now.
If you believe, as many do, that the Tunguska explosion was caused by the Tesla death ray, and you believe that the Tesla egg is a core component of the death ray, well, then the egg would be of immense fortune. Tell me, what do you believe, Mr. Murphy?
I believe you know a lot more than you're telling me.
Are you familiar with Paradise Lost?
Isn't that one of those resorts for swingers?
Paradise Lost is a poem about the great divide in heaven when Lucifer was cast out. After his banishment, Lucifer swore revenge and created an army of his own. He and his followers waited in darkness for their chance to strike back at the god who cast them out. After a 3-day battle against the faithful angels, the forces of evil were banished from heaven for all eternity.
Oh, I like it when the good guys win.
Yes. But what if the war were not over? What if Lucifer had not been defeated but lay in wait, preparing for his chance to overthrow heaven?
Well, debating hypothetical fairy tales is a little nerdy for me.
Look at the world around you. Did heaven win the battle? Man has created hell on earth. And the longer man exists, the further he descends from the wisdom and discernment needed to overcome the darkness. At his core, he is a grasping, clawing, foolish creature, willing to commit any sin to appease his base and greedy nature.
I thought I was jaded. You really think we're as bad as all that?
There are still some who give me hope. You, I'm not sure about. Your role, whether for good or evil, has yet to be determined.
He's not so bad. Does he have the egg?
No, my dear. Entirely the wrong egg. An interesting trinket, to be sure, but not the egg I'm searching for.
Well, if it isn't Ariel Bowers. You know, I hope I pronounced that correctly because Bowers doesn't have a wife.
Great work, Detective. How long did that take to figure out?
Not long, after Bowers told me.
I have to confess, I haven't been totally honest with you on some things.
Just some?
I didn't know who you were when you first interrupted my own search of Bowers' place.
And what were you doing there?
I work for an organization you wouldn't have heard of. We're based out of St. Petersburg.
Florida.
Russia.
How about you?
I don't work for anyone. Just the greater good. And my own little passions, of course. Ariel and I have crossed paths on several occasions. This time we seem to have some objectives in common, so we pooled our resources.
Yeah, I'm well familiar with Ariel's resources. How common are your objectives and mine?
That depends. You the kind of man who lets innocent people die?
Not normally, no.
You've heard of the Tesla Legacy Society. At one time, it had a membership of hundreds. After Charles Johansson died, the numbers dwindled. Some time ago, all those people vanished without a trace. I'd hoped to find some answers from Bowers.
Oh, I got news for you. He's not dead. He's back.
He's the translator, I presume.
The one building the immortal coil. You say you like it when the good guys win? You plan on doing anything about that?
Oh, sure. Leave it to me, as always. What are you two gonna do about it?
This is not my battle to fight.
He knows me. I won't be able to get close to him like you can.
You shall have to find the Tesla egg first. Of course.
Great. I didn't even think of that. Well, if you don't have any more helpful tips...
Until we meet again, Mr. Murphy. And something tells me we will.
Until next time. Kiss for luck. You'll need it.
Now I remember Ariel. I met her in Mexico City 10 years ago, and we had a pretty torrid weekend. But she left me holding the bag with some very angry city officials. She's ruthless and cunning, but man, she does have her charms. She arranges for me to meet her at the resort.
Don't be mad at me, Tex. Saint Germain doesn't know about us, and I had to keep it that way.
You know, you should see someone about your breaking and entering addiction. How'd you find this place?
I am a spy.
So, seducing me is just part of the job.
What happened with us? I like you, Tex. I might like you a lot. But that was just a moment.
So, you're just using me for my body.
I wanted to be with you, and I knew we could help each other. But I also had to find out where your loyalties were.
So, why me? You could have any man you want, not including those who are committed, gay, or believe in true love.
My name is Ariel. You couldn't pronounce my last name or the organization I work for, but in English it's called the White Guard. I have more to tell you, but can that be enough for now?
So you're sure I couldn't pronounce that Russian name? I'm pretty good at pronunciation.
Right now, I'd just like to make up for earlier today. I have some food being delivered and some wine chilling. It's up to you, Tex. The only thing I'll promise is that I'm all yours tonight. Do you want me to stay?
Pretty Little Liars have always been my weak spot. But there's somebody else I care about. I'm hoping I haven't lost her forever, but I've got to find out. You and I, we should have never hooked up.
Well, I think you should give me another chance, too. That must be the food I ordered. At least have dinner with me. No strings attached. I'm just going to change real quick.
No changing.
Okay. I need to get this out before you say anything. I get it. You don't know me anymore. But I know you, and I'm not just going to give up on what we had. It may not have been much, but I wanted it to be much, and I'm here just to see if you'll give us one more chance, please. Please.
I'm sorry, Taylor. I know this is hard for you, but I'm not the same man I was before. I've met someone, and she's here right now.
I had to give it a try. Just know I really care about you. And if you ever change your mind, you know how to find me. The food isn't here. Who was that you were talking to?
Wait, he told her that someone is here right now? What the hell? Okay, I hope this works out, I guess.
Ariel, I have had enough excitement for one night.
Really? Fine. I'm sure I'll see you later.
Well, it's not that bad, really. There are plenty of other fish in the sea just waiting to reject me. The good news is that without further distractions, I can focus on my case. I get a call from Archie who says he has a lead for me and I should come over right away.
Okay, so far so good, I guess.
So have you heard any more about the Tesla cache or Margaret Leonard? I mean, if she can't fix it, how are you going to get your memory back?
It's not just my memory, it's my life I want back.
Those Morlocks, I think that there's a connection between them and Margaret Leonard. I mean, see, the other day when you got knocked out, Margaret was in your apartment, right? The Morlock hunters told me they'd never seen so many Morlocks around Chandler Avenue. They said it was like something or someone was drawing them there. I mean, no one knows what they were doing around here. They were scattered after Margaret died. Now the hunters say that quite a few of them have been showing up in one particular area outside the city. I got a location for you.
So who is Margaret Leonard, really? Is she a modern Dr. Mengele experimenting on damaged human beings for her own gratification? And why is she the critical key to my world over the last 7 years? My head's still spinning when I spot the location 200 feet below me.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Of course, I've always got a bad feeling about this. Could you just go ahead and place me in a hard case?
I'm not sure that man is friend or foe. Well, that might come in handy. Man, I have an eerie feeling I'm being watched. Well, this'll come in handy. Now I could could use. Someone's watching me, and it's making me feel incredibly uneasy. Nice. Looks like I'll need 5 planks, a hammer, and some nails if I'm going to repair this ladder. Yeah, it's a plank. Yeah, I've never really been interested in yard. Bucket of nails is always helpful when you want to fix something. You know, I've always thought that wood is a key ingredient to starting any fire. That man over there could be Mantis.
Why does this have to be so heavy?
What crime against humanity have you created? What crime against humanity have you created?
It's a Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic, Cinnamon Twist. I'll put this in my comic book rack back at the office. Now, I fixed it, and it appears to be some sort of ladder. Part of the bridge has collapsed, and I shouldn't even think about trying to swim across that water. Well, that won't work. This card could be used to get in the front door.
Who are you?
I'm a Morlock hunter. Hunter, let's go get those bastards.
Liar! Liar!
Me, friend. You, Morlock.
Ah! Friend? Slave! Killer!
I'm sorry. Is there something I can do to help you? A glass of water, a donut?
Get it out of my head!
So, maybe some medication for you?
Help me? Slave? Die! Die!
Kids. They never shut the door when they go out to play. That must be Mantis, and my guess is Margaret Leonard left some medication to control his affliction somewhere in the swamp house.
Yeah, didn't you used to have a picture of him? Something, I don't know where it went.
Ah, the XBR 1000 greenhouse light. It sure grows plants fast, but the FDA banned them because of excess radiation. Yep, garden shears are perfect for trimming grass, bushes, or stubborn branches. I wonder if there's a way to get these valerian flowers to grow quickly. Nice chest. Like an Ike Hammer. Sucker's game. I never cared for pliers. Got lots of bad dental memories. This really ties the room together. The Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic, Double Fudge Indemnity. I'll put this in my comic book rack back at the office. Ah, someone's writing their letter to Santa early this year. It's an empty vial. Whoa, that's one old vid phone. It's got a message on it, but I'll need to get Margaret's voicemail number to listen to it. Oh, I love sticky notes, and I just used my last one. Wait. There's a VidPhone message code on here. I could use this on a VidPhone to retrieve messages.
First message. Margaret, we followed your instructions and combined the valerian flower petals with alcohol in a vial, placed it in the chemical mixer, then administered the serum to the subjects via syringe. However, this only momentarily suppressed rage in the Morlocks. There needs to be a more permanent solution.
I know tongs are great for pulling my chestnuts out of the fire. This key belongs to an Ultra Pro 900 lock. Grapple arm? I've always wanted one of these. They're good for reaching items just out of my grasp or in a dangerous situation. The desk in my office is way bigger than this one. Got it. You know, couches are really pointless unless there's a TV.
I know what you're thinking, and that's not a good idea.
Oh, it's C4 chewing gum. This stuff packs quite a wallop, but it is grape. I love grape flavor. On second thought, I better find another use for this. Nice place to sit. Is this? It is. It's actual moonshine. Pot, yeah, looks ceramic.
Don't do that!
Yeah, I guess I forgot some of this part. Looks like I'm missing some of the ingredients. I guess I'm gonna keep looking around. Oh yeah, I had to do something here. I remember this much.
The zipper on this cushion's stuck. I'll need something to help me open it.
Oh yeah.
It's a safe key.
The safe key. Okay then.
Well, another matchbook to add to my collection. Very handy when you're venturing into public bathrooms.
Ah, there we go.
What's a pot? For planting seeds.
I guess luck counts for something.
It's a safe lock, and I'll need a key to open it. The picture looks similar to the one downstairs, except the one downstairs had 3 numbers on it.
Okay, here we go. I might be here for a while on this puzzle.
Something big just moved, and there's smoke coming out from behind the panel. That's not right. I need to unscrew that. Maybe that was a little overkill, but it was effective. I'm sure Thor's big hammer here can straighten a few things out.
Alright, I did it. Not bad. What is it, like 376, something like that?
security card. And another security card. Like I haven't seen 1,000 of these in my lifetime. I need to unscrew that cog from the wall before I can repair it.
Oh, for crying out loud!
What was this? Oh, Matt's
Don't tell
talking.
anyone, but I hear these make fire.
Oh, was it here maybe? I don't know.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay, it's not that. I didn't try the other objects I have, but it seems like maybe missing a screwdriver, something like that. Something here maybe. Oh, I can open these. Yeah. Now go.
Yeah, very organized. I'm impressed.
Nothing here.
First message. Margaret, we followed your instructions and combined the valerian flower petals with alcohol in a vial, placed it in the chemical mixer, then administered the serum to the subjects via syringe. However, this only momentarily suppressed rage in the Morlocks. There needs to be a more permanent solution. There are no more messages.
Nothing special. Books help me become more learned.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to go back.
Nice chest.
Oh, maybe in this box. I think there was only one thing.
Milk drinkers? Man, that explains a lot.
Only one helpful thing in there. Oh, that's right, I never got the screwdriver from here. I forgot that it is there. Okay. That should help to some extent.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Maybe try something out. Cog's fixed and ready to be put back. Wow, that Morlock is a lethal hazard. But it's energy driven, so maybe I could short-circuit him somehow, like getting him wet. Something tells me no one was coming in here for cheap eye surgery. It's a card reader, and I'll need the electricity to be on for it to work. Yeah, Margaret made sure this place was soundproof.
I've assembled the spirit radio. Tonight will be my first attempt to contact my husband. The radio is working. I hear voices that are incoherent, eerie, and tantalizing. There must be some way to amplify the power. My last attempt was a near disaster, similar to what happened to Tesla back in 1899. The frequency caused a vibration that increased until I thought the house would split in two. I had to smash the radio. Now I have to start all over. I don't want to get my hopes too high, but I believe I've made contact. I brought the radio into the lab, and I swear that being close to Charles's cryo chamber has intensified the signal. I'm sure it's his voice, but I can't understand what he's saying. I've recorded hours of the voice and had experts analyze the audio from every angle. We've deciphered 3 words: void, return, immortal. I've reached an impasse. I wonder if the Tesla egg, could it amplify the radio's power? It's been weeks since I've heard Charles's voice on the spirit radio. I wonder if the Gideon parasites have moved ahead without me and brought him back to life. It's been years since I made an entry in this video journal. Charles is dead and lost to me forever, and I will die soon. The translator lives, and one way or another, whoever sees this, Mantis, Mason, it's up to you to stop the translator.
Stopping the translator isn't going to be easy, and the Tesla egg and spirit radio seem to be the keys. Somehow the information Margaret Leonard took to the grave needs to be uncovered. Is that even possible? I have an eerie feeling it is. blood all over the floor. It doesn't look fresh, but it's troubling. It's a chemical mixer for creating medicine. I'll need to place a vial filled with alcohol and valerian flowers in here to create medicine for Mantis.
Oh my hell.
Okay. I guess I'm doing something wrong, or I don't have something. I'm gonna try this again. At least I'm gonna look around as well. Nope. Seems to be it. Oh no! The register is in.
Well, that might come in handy.
I'm experiencing a sensation altogether new to me, and frankly, I love it. Well, yeah, that'll work.
Okay. I couldn't put in dark hole before, but now I can. Sure thingy.
Well, hell, that ought to do it. This medicine should control Mantis's pain. Well, hell, that ought to do it. I waited near the front door, ready for him to show up, but not as ready as I should have been.
Sorry. I can't control it.
Tell you what, give me the Tesla egg, we'll call it even. You're the one that prays, aren't you?
Yes. I am Mantis.
Mantis, as in praying mantis. Yeah, serves me right for not being religious.
That was Margaret's code. So she did send you. It just seems strange she took such a risk coming to see you, so she could give you the injection.
How do you know about that?
Because I was there. And she wanted you to forget everything you had done.
Yeah, well, she pretty much accomplished that.
Yeah. And here you are. Seems kind of strange.
Strange? You know what I find strange? I saw a video of Margaret torturing you.
She wasn't torturing me. She had been helping me for a very long time.
But you're a Morlock. She made you this way.
You can't blame her. I chose this path. I volunteered to take one of the greatest technological leaps of all time. Crowd technology. I was one of the founding members of the Tesla Legacy Society. Along with others, I allowed myself to die and be brought back. We dreamed of waking to a world reborn. We found ourselves worse off than before. And worst of all, we no longer were the people we had been. The cryosleep had unforeseen complications.
Well, at least cryogenics is now partially covered under major medical.
Only a few of us escaped the physical deformities from the freeze. Worse is what it did to our minds. Drove us to madness.
So how come the Tesla Society hasn't taken care of you guys? Certainly the burden shouldn't just fall on Margaret.
The Tesla Legacy Society
its creations are no more.
So what happened? I mean, I know a little of your history since Charles Johansson joined you.
Johansson. I believed in him once. He was our martyr. We carried his work to the foot of his holy cryo chamber. We knew that one day he would return to take us to this glorious future.
And he did return.
Yeah, he was now the translator. He was delusional only as the greatest zealots are. He believed he knew the will of Tesla. He was going to create a gateway, a celestial conduit between heaven and earth. He called it the immortal coil.
Gotcha.
He was determined to build it at any cost. And in the end, we banished him from the society. But he didn't stay banished. Months later, he returned with a small group of men, led by the one known as Slade. They attacked the facility, sparing no one. I saw Slade himself put a gun to my wife's head while she begged for her life, and he pulled the trigger. When it was over, they removed every trace of the Tesla Legacy Society. Its files, its equipment. There was only one thing left behind.
And that was?
A key bit of information. The spirit radio frequencies. They were stored in the clouds that Charles never knew about.
And these were important.
It may be the only way to stop Charles from activating the immortal coil.
And that would be bad?
It's very bad. As in splitting the planet in two bad. I'll tell you where to find the egg. But I need you to find those frequencies first.
Before I head off to the Tesla Legacy Society, I get a call from Thompson Auld inviting me over to his house. Sounds like he's ready to talk.
Any luck locating the spirit radio?
I've got some leads, but it all seems to tie to something called the immortal coil.
I found something that you might find interesting. They did some experiments with interfacing brain circuitry. You might have been one of the first test subjects.
I'm sorry.
Memories are simply electronic impulses, and we are the sum of our memories. Now, on a cellular level, you're a completely different person than you were 7 years ago. But your essence is exactly the same as it was that night with Chelsea outside of the Golden Pagoda.
How do you know about Chelsea?
Well, first, and you may already know this, Chelsea is Margaret Leonard's daughter. Now, Margaret had lost her husband, and she was overwhelmed. So she put Chelsea in the care of a mutant family, the Bandos, and then tried to forget that she'd ever had a child.
That's pretty cold.
Well, it was a decision that she's regretted for decades. And years later, when she found Chelsea living at the Ritz, she rented a room so she could be close, but never revealed her true identity.
Yeah, and that's why we got abducted.
Now, Margaret was being funded by Gideon Enterprises, and an opportunistic manager named Dalton Fisk found out that Margaret's husband had stolen some very important documents.
The Tesla cache.
Dalton tried to force Margaret into reanimating Charles, but she refused and then disappeared. But then Dalton discovered that she had a daughter, and he came after her. Now, this much I can tell you. She's alive and well and living a new life. But I hope you'll understand that even if I could tell you more, I wouldn't.
Margaret was so frightened for Chelsea, she gave her away. I mean, if I have to, I will too, because I never want to put Chelsea's life in danger.
I'm glad that you see it that way. It's really for the best. And now you have your own new life to lead. Which reminds me, I meant to get you the canister.
Yeah, except I can't remember my new life.
Well, maybe that's not such a bad thing. But if you decide to use the spirit radio to try to get answers, you'll need help. Wait here.
This is where I come in. How about we go get that cryo chamber with old Maggie's head in it?
We can't let him have it.
Hold on, partner there. No need to get violent or anything. Let's just see if we can work this out, okay?
Oh, up there, is it?
You're hurt pretty bad. We've got to get you to the hospital.
No, you have to stop him. If they get inside her head, it will undo everything that Mason was fighting for.
Look, I know what they're after, and I think I can beat them to it. It's the Tesla egg, so let's just get you out of here.
Go! Go!
You're coming with me. Come on.
I couldn't shake the look of fear I saw in Alt's eyes as he was lying in a pool of his own blood. Slade had blown a hole through the little man without even a second thought. Could I really have been partners with someone like that? Maybe I did change over the last 7 years, but if I did, it has to be possible to change back. I need a weapon I can use against these psychopaths. I knew my only hope was somewhere at the Tesla Institute. Slade's trumped me at every corner, but the ace may be at Tesla. These minimum security guys didn't have a chance against a pro like Slade. It's a security card. Well, it's a bottle of glycerin, known for moisturizing. Well, this is my first step in getting the spirit radio frequencies. Amanda said I have to get the power up and running in the reception area to get through to the atrium. What's the key? Gum. That's a battery. Danny, huh? Now that's a handsome bloke. This picture's of a handsome bloke named Danny.
I do not remember if you picked that up. Alright, what was the rest of the stuff?
It's a styrofoam cup.
Ding, 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 ding! We have a winner! What crime against humanity have you created?
I could use a new chair. This memo refers to some form of lethal energy loose in the facility, but there's electric defense gates that can be used as protection. Let's note. No fun, math problems using dominoes. I wonder what the 3 solutions are. Wow, a smoke bomb. Well, this door doesn't stay open for long. I'll need to figure out a way for it to stay open long enough for me to get inside the atrium. This button must open the door. So far, so good. I need to get to the Titan reactor, which is only accessible on the second floor. Mike and Ike Hammer Candy Comic. Dark chocolate. Oh, it's Mike and Ike Hammer Candy Comic. Butterscotch on the rocks. This restroom's a mess. I guess I'll just have to hold it till I get home. Have become cannibals. It's a battery. It's amazing what time, humidity, and explosive devices can do to efficient office design. The Masters of Mayhem missed this. It's amazing what time, humidity, and explosive devices can do to efficient office design. Must be quite the executive lounge. I need a card to get inside. Well, there's no card reader at this door. I'll have to find another way around. Oh boy, a screwdriver. It's a battery. There's no way I can get through this door. This card could get me inside the executive lounge. Well, cubicles, busted computers, and bookshelves. Not much to help me out here. Well, this data device may hold some interesting information.
We would like to share the results of a special study we conducted into the potential increase of seismic activity, resulting directly from the artificial augmentation of electromagnetic georesonance, a direct result of amplifying the effectiveness of Tesla's apparatus for transmitting electromagnetic energy. What Johansson continually fails to understand, or perhaps even ignore, is the fact that based on simulations we have run, if the tower proves to be as effective as estimated, the results have the potential to be catastrophic on a global scale. If we were to amplify the output to levels which Johansson is determined to achieve, combining our results with Tesla's own findings from his New York experiment in 1898, we may very well be responsible for causing seismic activity that could shatter our planet into pieces.
Looks to be blind, but I bet his hearing's still pretty good. I need to be quiet at all costs. Red Bolt? That stuff will take the enamel right off your teeth. And this vending machine still accepts change. Ah, delicious Red Bolt. This stuff strips the enamel right off your teeth. Well, cubicles, busted computers, and bookshelves. Not much to help me out here. Is that a spider the size of a wolverine that just entered that room? Oh boy. Popsicle sticks. Yummy. Tesla's director of operations reminds me of my smart-ass professor in college. He belittled and riffed all of my efforts. Oh, scissors. I better not run with these.
I gotta admit, sometimes when you play God, things turn out okay.
There's no way to reach the other project management offices through this debris. Well, I can't see anything that'd be useful. I don't think I'm through collecting things in here. Better stick around and find more objects because I don't want to have to go back through that spider maze. Oh, a glue gun. Perfect for arts and crafts projects.
Ding, 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 ding! We have a winner! What crime against humanity have you created?
That was a waste of time.
Step within the accepted range. Identity not detected. Access denied. Step within the accepted range. Welcome, Kevin Maltby. Access granted.
Welcome to the Titan reactor. Somewhere in here is the key to restoring power to this facility.
Elevator unlocked.
I came down to Tesla yesterday to get the Spirit radio frequencies. Now I find myself on center stage in a Titan reactor with a possible meltdown scenario in progress. I need to restore the cooling rods to stop the process, but only if I don't want to be at ground zero of a nuclear wasteland with a 200-mile radius. Great, I've got to insert the cooling rods back into the middle of the Titan core. I need to get to the 3rd floor and then press the rods in the proper order. Time for a little trial and error.
Malfunction. Malfunction. Core temperature overload. Containment field 10% compromised. Malfunction. Malfunction. Core temperature overload. Containment field 40% compromised.
Mike and Ike Hammer. Angels with chocolate smudges.
Malfunction. Malfunction. Core temperature overload. Containment field 70% compromised. Malfunction. Malfunction. Core temperature overload. Containment field 90% compromised.
Communication center on level 3. This type of silicone makes an incredibly hard shell, almost impenetrable. If I could find a way to disperse it, it could be useful. Nice little plasma cutter. This baby could cut through almost anything. This mech battery could be useful, but it needs to be recharged. I bet there's a recharging station nearby. This station is monitoring a mech. It looks like it's in some sort of beehive. It's a silicone spray gun. Now, I've used these before to create a blast-proof shell.
Dear God.
Well, the station runs on plasma energy, but the container's empty. This station charges mech batteries, but I'll need a plasma container for it to work. Mantis warned me this might happen. Slade and his minions broke the connection between the satellite control and the satellite itself. I need to get to the satellite and re-establish the connection manually. And I'll need to do that on the 4th floor of this facility. Gas mask. Well, this plasma torch is busted. I'll need to find another one. This full plasma container could come in handy. This full plasma container could come in handy. Plasma containers here are broken. There are probably more in the biometrics lab. That should do it. Good night, gamer. The licorice forest. It's an old bug bomb. There must be some new bug bombs around here somewhere. Oh, an industrial strength bug bomb. Restart the entire satellite system. I need to find the auxiliary power station to reset it. Fire extinguisher. Good for extinguishing fires. should do it. Now I should go back to the communications center and find and download the spirit radio frequencies. The oscilloscopes on the spirit radio each need to have both the frequency and amplitude adjusted. The lines will start white and then turn yellow once the amplitude or frequency is correct. Once the desired frequency is achieved, the line will turn blue and the operator can move on to the next oscilloscope. There are 3 stages to the spirit radio. Once complete, the operator will be able to make contact with the dead. After I downloaded the spirit radio frequencies, it was time for me to leave the Tesla Legacy Society and visit Mantis at the Swamp House to find out the exact location of the Tesla egg. After Tesla, I headed straight back to the Swamp House to talk to Mantis. Now that I had the spirit radio frequencies, maybe he would disclose the location of the Tesla egg.
I'm losing control! Here, take the instruction. Only one way to destroy the coil. Use the power against itself. You must take the egg there. One frequency Margaret found it. You have to do it now. I'm losing control. Oh! Spirit radio resonance will split the coil in pieces.
Mantis, you gotta hold it together.
I can't.
You gotta tell me where the egg is.
The egg is at Court Tower! Court Tower! Just do me a favor. You tell Slade to meet you there. Because he's gonna pay for what he's done to me. I'm gonna kill him. Just have him meet me.
Mantis gives me instructions and hands me a Geiger counter, which he says will help reveal the location of the egg at Coit Tower.
Mantis said the Tesla egg was hidden at Coit Tower. We better find him before someone else does.
Alright, nice. I got them all.
The door to my back storage room is locked. That's strange.
I guess I can go speak to people, but I'm just gonna go flag. Hey, why not check Archie?
Seriously, we are the dynamic duo, don't you think?
You're certainly the boy wonder.
So what have you come up with?
Oh, Apparently nothing new. Okay, I don't want to share anything with him. Fine. Just going to go down.
They're shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here. It's a pair of anti-gravity lifters. The half-life of Weenie World burgers is at least 20 years. I took the elevator to the top and waited for Slade, according to Manus' instructions.
Hello, mate. What you got there?
The stuff bad dreams are made of.
Looks like the Tesla egg.
Well, this is like the worst designed doorstop ever.
Oh, I beg to differ. It's like a little piece of plutonium in an atomic bomb. You know the effects it had on you, dreams, visions of Donnelly. Apparently that's just a hint of what it's capable of.
Come on, Slade, you're not buying into this crap, are you?
Between you and me, I don't think it'll work. But the translator does, and he's promised us a big payout for this egg. And if one person's willing to pay that kind of money, there's usually others willing to pay more. So let's have it, partner.
Manus finally got his revenge, and Slade got what he deserved.
Murphy!
I lay in a semi-conscious state, hearing fragments of conversation between Dalton and some other guy. I'm transported to a location in New Mexico where underground nuclear testing experiments were carried out in the 1950s. I remember a map where all the Titan reactors around the world were linked together to one location, the launch pad of the immortal coil. Time to play up my last hand.
Do you have to sneak up on people all the time?
You see that rather large, old-fashioned looking piece of equipment? That was your home for a very long time.
Yeah, that's how I got here from my home planet, Altair 4.
And you have the egg. Wonderful. I must confess, I'm surprised to see you. Dalton and Slade were convinced that you'd never bring the egg here voluntarily.
Well, Dalton and Slade don't have a clue as to what I'll do or won't do.
Still, unlike me, they knew you way back when they used words like idealist, naive.
Dartboard, punching bag.
I've always been an idealist myself. But I find it's the pragmatists like Dalton and Slade who get things done. Without Dalton, I wouldn't be here. And Dalton wouldn't have had the opportunities he did if Slade hadn't helped him rise through the ranks of Gideon Enterprises.
And Slade wouldn't be here if I hadn't returned the favor and got him out of prison.
Dalton and Slade have been working on this since Overlord? How long's this thing been going on?
A long time. And you've been a big part of what's got us to this point. Surely you know by now that you were J.T. Donnelly, protector, hired gun, and confidant of Nikola Tesla?
What? Are you saying I'm J.T. Donnelly? Right.
You don't believe me. But how do you explain your visions of Donnelly's life?
Well, I think it's the Tesla egg. Donnelly hid it in the wall of the apartment. I didn't even start having the dreams until I moved in.
The spirit radio allows us to communicate with the dead, not the egg. The egg merely amplifies it.
Yeah? Well, I had a radio. I mean, there are other explanations, but I got to admit they all sound insane to me.
And yet you can't deny the visions. The egg may have had an effect on your subconscious, your spiritual DNA. But you weren't receiving messages, you were remembering. Everything has led to this. A reunion of consciousness. But not just for you, for us all. This is what Tesla intended. His death ray, the spirit radio, the Tesla egg, all brought together to create a celestial conduit, the immortal coil, that will redeem and purify this depraved planet and create a literal heaven on earth. True immortality, timelessness, no sickness, death, or pain. All needs met and achieved through the genius of Tesla! Tex, if you would be so kind as to step out there and place the egg. Where's Slade?
No idea.
Tex. You have come here seeking answers through the spirit radio. Please do so. But you'll only have a few minutes. Then none of the answers will matter because the world will be reborn.
Margaret! Margaret Leonard, can you hear me?
It's so cold. So dark and so empty. Is there someone there? I feel a presence.
It's me, Tex Murphy. I'm trying to contact you through the spirit radio. You've got to help me, Margaret.
I can hear you, but you sound so far away. Tex? Tex? I can't see anything, but I can hear you. I have no sensation. It's as though I'm floating in a void. Where am I? Tex, are you there?
Margaret, I need your help. Focus on the sound of my voice. I've got to ask you some questions. Why did you erase my memory?
I had to protect my daughter. You knew what happened to her, and I couldn't trust you. Not the man you've become.
What's my connection with Donnelly? Is that me?
You are who you want to be, Tex. When I used the transducer on you, it restored you to whom you were. Don't go back.
Tell me how to get my memory back.
I can't do that, Tex. You are the sum of your memories. I took things from you. Repressing your dark memories was my way of atoning for what I did.
How do I destroy the immortal coil?
Find the frequency. The one I found. The one Tesla found before me. It will destroy itself. There'll be no way they can stop it this time.
I see you're back again. This is getting old, Murphy. Now, go back and try not to get yourself killed again.
What are you doing here?
I put a tracking app on your smart Alex when you let me download that video of Bowers.
Serves me right for trusting a cop. You've been tailing me ever since?
No. I wanted to trust you, I really did. But you're a suspect in some unsolved cases, and I thought, possibly and quite likely, you'd go back to your old MO at some point. Tex Murphy, you're under arrest.
You're arresting me? For what?
For the murder of Jim Slade and another as yet unidentified male.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
The bodies were thrown from Coit Tower, and we have witnesses that saw you leave the scene immediately after.
Now that I can explain.
I understand Slade was a very bad man, and probably deserved it. But I told you before, I won't tolerate vigilantism.
Hello, mate.
Have a drink. I saved my first one to have with you.
I see that. Who's your girlfriend?
That's Saffyre. Why don't you go powder your nose, honey? I think we'll head west. The petrified forest. Maybe it's not a perfect world, but it's the best I've got. I might have been somebody else over the past 7 years, but I'm ready to leave that behind me. I've been given a second chance, and I intend to make the most of it. I sense this is just the beginning of something bigger, and what comes next may not be easy. But then again, what is?
Alright, GG's. Wow, I really took my time on the last puzzle. Well, actually, the keys then I got stuck for some reason a couple of times. But, oh well, I managed to beat it anyway. Well, it works just as fine as on Windows, so that's nice. Oh, I think there was an extra cutscene.
Your programming here at New San Francisco Voice Channel 6 for an urgent bulletin. A tragedy in our fair metropolis today as all 3 members of the Knights Templar without a K have been found murdered in the sewers near Telegraph Hill. The images we're about to show are graphic and may be upsetting to some viewers. This trio of self-proclaimed superheroes have, according to their blogs, been protecting our city from the forces of darkness, and indeed, violent crime is down almost 0.5%. Putting our crime rate only slightly higher than Syria. Recent tweets from the victims describe battles against an invading army of Morlocks. the fictional characters from H.G. Wells' Time Machine. When asked to comment on the slain Crusaders, one police officer at the scene said, quote, "Hell, they probably killed each other on accident." So while we may not have witnessed the gallant exploits of these stealthy vigilantes, or even once experienced the terror and destruction of demon spawn, it is with a heavy heart that we here at the New San Francisco Voice say to the Knights Templar without a K, thank you. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
I guess that's because I failed the last puzzle. Alright. And the nose? No, that's it. Okay, well, there you have it. I'm gonna go now, so thank you very much for watching and see you next time.